service.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chef Sense. I'm your host, Chef Massey. All right, so this episode is Chef Leadership, and it's a solo flight with me, so let's roll. My thing is, I want to discuss, obviously there's a stigma for chefs out there, and we've known that for years, but I want to share a viewpoint from my perspective where I get my vision for being a leader. And maybe that will work for you, or it'll help, or give you some kind of idea of looking at things differently. Because it's given me a lot of success over the years. And I've done that, and I've actually used that as a tool at all levels, whether it be chef de partie to sous chef to executive chef. It just is, it's who I am. It's part of my DNA, and we'll get into that. But let's first look at, our stigma of the authoritarian dictatorship style of a chef. There's this arrogant, temperamental, egotistical, power-hungry sort of mentality that we're stuck with. And yes, unfortunately, like stereotypes, that voice is loud, and it's what's kind of placed on us, as a prejudgment. I won't go into that, but I think we can use that as a tool as we look across the board in many other ways in life, right? So let's take a look at this in the sense of, when I came up, did I experience chefs that threw things or, went off or belittled you or berated you or what have you? Yeah, I did, but it wasn't very often. Even in those scenarios, I had to adapt in my surroundings. I mean, you've heard me mention about being a sponge. That worked very well for me. I put my head down and I just absorbed everything around me. And what I found was that those chefs, oftentimes, at least the ones that I dealt with that had that side, recognized that I was an individual that they could go, wait a minute, this kid's got something, and they saw somebody that was the next one in line. And I'm very, very grateful for that. But I also have to say the higher percentage of chefs that I had in my my upbringing were very supportive. They did push you. But again, as a leader, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You have a decision to make how you want to be. It is your team. And I don't mean that in ownership. I mean that in the responsibility of what a true leader values their team as. So again, going into that, personally for me, I have zero tolerance for people that want to be arrogant, in love with themselves, put themselves on a pedestal, and want to walk around and have this feel, this error in the kitchen. And you all know what I'm talking about. I mean, if you want that type of leadership style, you're going to have it like oil and water with your crew. You're going to come in there and they're going to go, oh God, here they come. Again, in leadership, they should respect you by your actions and the value of your words and your ability to be the calm in the storm. Not because they're afraid of what you're going to say, how you're going to treat them, how you're going to punish them for making a mistake. So I'll shut up there because that irritates me. So anyways, looking at my leadership style, because of my indigenous background, I was put into kitchens very young, that I always looked at it as, these are my people. These are who I am with. They get me, and they're my family. So I looked at them as kind of a village or community setting. So when I go into an environment like that as a leader, our indigenous philosophy is it's a privilege and it is a great honor to lead people, guide and direct and protect them. And that's, what I've always carried forward in myself, is that you don't look at yourself as there's this leader on the hill, in a castle, in the mansion, in the whatever. We are of the people, by the people, for the people. And, every kitchen that I've had, I always looked at them, as my tribe. And, it gave me a different viewpoint of that. It's a servant leadership style. It's a very demanding leadership style that, it takes a lot of footwork. It takes a lot of awareness. In that, I also look at it as you're an educator. You were once a warrior, now you're a chief, right? Or elder or wisdom giver. You were once a cook. You were working the pantry. Maybe you came from the dish room like I did, and you earned your stripes and you got chef de partie, and you worked up to sous chef or tournant or executive sous chef, and then executive chef, chef de cuisine, and so on. Again, there's a lot of different levels that we deal with. But you take those opportunities of growth and you just keep moving with them. And in that wisdom, as a leader, I feel it's my responsibility to do my best to pass that forward. I have partnered with an amazing company, Thrive Market. Thrive Market is an online natural food store. It's a one-stop shop. They have 6,000 plus products, and they are curated by their experts, organic, non-GMO, vegan, paleo, keto, gluten-free, you name it, Thrive Market caters to it. Up to 50% off retail at times, delivered to your door. With our crazy lives, couldn't be a better match. Anyways, take advantage of this opportunity. Go to thrivemarket.com/Chef Massey and get your membership free gift up to $60 and 30% off your first order. Now back to the episode. So, look, here's keeping it simple. The sands of time are falling on all of us. The reality is none of us get out of this thing alive, So sharing this knowledge, I can't take it with me. I have a love for being a chef, being a good leader, and those people that believe in me that I can pass forward this knowledge, so that, they can take it and do with it what they will. Hopefully they use it as a tool for success and they can move forward. But, I think trying to have that ego and self-centered attitude, honestly, it is not allowed in our culture to be accepted, because it leads to tragedy for the people. And I know that sounds probably pretty intense, but that's where, when I look in leading the kitchen, I mean, there's been times where, I've had to challenge these corporate systems in, how we look at taking care of the employees, because they are our foundation, and we have to nurture, and you want this cohesive working environment where it's very organic and it's a community and there's strong synergy, And the benefits for me of this servant leadership style that I carry, I've had staff loyalty, staff retention, the staff development, morale increase, when I've gone into new operations, increased productivity, team cohesion, team engagement, and it creates this creative, constructive dialogue as well. And so that's my leadership style, and how, I want to take advantage of these opportunities for building a team. I love stacking the deck, right? When you have a very constructive and positive work environment, people want to be there. People want to be with you. They want to grow with you. That's where I do believe in internal development and advancement. Again, it's walking, with humble feet, and also letting people, you get the best out of your team when you allow them, to be a part of what you're building. I know we have, as chefs, you have an expectation on yourself that, it's your restaurant. It is your they're putting that, whoever it is, food and beverage director, ownership, what have you, they're putting that on you to be the one. And that's great. But in that, I know for me, I have used this as a tool of my cultural background as a driving source I've benefited from, and I've really enjoyed it. And I also want to give a shout out to those HR directors and HR departments, GMs and F&B directors that were with me that were a part of those constructive, positive changes that, I asked for. Again, you can't give away the house. At the same time, human beings are not a commodity, and they're individuals. They have needs and concerns. To be able to invest in them is substantial. I also want to make clear, in regards to servant leadership, by no means is it taking your kindness for a weakness. There are boundaries, and I think because it's such an open communal existence, when you do need to put those boundaries down, you can do it in a more constructive, direct way. And I think it kind of resonates further with the team because they respect you so much. They don't want to let you down. You don't want to let them down, and it's a mutual relationship. So I want to make that transparent, how, that leadership style is. It's definitely not a pushover. So I hope this, helps everyone, to take something away from it. And again, feel free to reach out to me via email, james@chefmassey.com, if you have any insights or anything or any tips. Because again, it's a community. It shouldn't be hidden, and it doesn't benefit the industry. We're all about passing it forward, so let's keep that going. All right, now to the final segment. We have the 86th award, and I think I'd shared with you guys before on my last solo flight that, I'll do those on these because I think it'll kind of hopefully keep you guys interested and should be some interesting stories. This one comes in actually as we went through. The winner is Micah from Costa Mesa, California. Actually, I think that's south of LA, if I remember right. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I've been in California land over there with you all. So, all right, let's get started. All right, Micah V. So this one starts with, this chef is nasty. I couldn't get the taste out of my mouth for days. Our chef de partie, Tyson, said he wanted to make something nice for the FOH team or front of the house team. He put these little fudge squares, which weren't fudge at all. He took hacho miso paste, cut them into small cubes, and dipped them in chocolate. That is disgusting. Tyson put toothpicks in them, plated them, and called servers over to try them. Wow. He, of course, gave us all this spiel about how he appreciated us all and how sometimes he can be a jackass during service. We all thought it was so sweet of him. We took a fudge square and popped them in our mouths. I see where this is going. And didn't think twice. We all smiled and chewed away. Then it hit us. Some of us ran to the nearest trash can, and some to the restroom. It was the most disgusting thing ever. Chef, please give Tyson the 86th award this week. Wow. I've used hacho miso, obviously, in my past, and tinker around with stuff. Great stuff, super intense. You don't want to do that with it. So, you know what, Tyson, that is the 86th award for you. Micah V, thank you so much for writing this. I will get this out to you in the mail. It is a $100 gift certificate for Zwilling. So it probably won't get to you, I would assume, until after the holidays. And also keep in mind, when I do these solo flights, we will do these. So keep them coming in. There's been some other ones that have been pretty entertaining. And thank you for those. And make sure to send those to james@chefmassey.com for consideration on the next 86th award rollout. Happy holidays to you all, and be safe. Yeah, all right, everyone. That is a wrap. You can check us out if you like that. Subscribe. Also, the Instagram, Chef Massey. Let's keep it simple. chefmassey.com. Have a good one. Bye for now.